The greatest show on earth.
This team lived for the stage. The bigger the stage, the bigger we played.
We were the Alis of that era, okay?
When you think back about it, that most schools never win one national championship, and we had a chance to just win them all.
Even the marvelous Bobby Bowden couldn't beat the Canes on a regular basis, and he knows that.
It's about winning football games, and that's all that matters.
If you weren't going to be part of us winning, then get out.
You can't go out there and play by the book.
We just refuse to lose.
Canes, they just took no from nobody, and I like that.
It's called swagger.
When Miami was on the field, they were nasty. They'd spit, they'd fight, they'd bite, they'd kick. They'd do whatever it took to win.
We looked at it as going to somebody's backyard and turning a garbage can over and walking out the front door. And that was our attitude. We didn't fear anyone.
If you don't like us dancing, then don't let us get in the end zone.
You can call us whatever you want to call us, but get to know the name is C-A-N-E-S.
It was almost like a gang, like a Crip or a Blood. You were a Hurricane.
It's a Canes thing, and you would not understand.
I never felt more bonded than a group of guys than I was in college, and I doubt I ever will.
Great groups of kids came together year after year after year to the point that the University of Miami had the best physical talent, the best mental talent of anybody in the nation, including Notre Dame, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia.
I would take all the guys I played with at the University of Miami, put them on one team, and I guarantee we beat the out 90% of people in the NFL. And that's what everybody knows. That's a fact. That is a fact.
I wouldn't trade one University of Miami football player for any player in the country.
Without the camaraderie that we had at UM and the players that we had, half of us probably wouldn't even be here right now.
Football was basically the way out of the hood.
The University of Miami had a lot of players that they saved from some bad areas.
A lot of politicians want to say, oh, yeah, I was the one that bridged the gap and brought the racial tensions down. Some polices want to say because we rode tanks down the streets and that's why they don't riot no more. No. That whole institution killed the whole racial tension between blacks, whites, Latinos.
With all this turmoil that's going on and all this negative that's here, we're going to go out and give our fans hope.
University of Miami became Miami's team.
I just don't think that people really understood these players and what they stand for.
We set a tone for not just sports, but for a culture.
We knew we were the most exciting team. We knew we were there to put on a show. It was almost like a circus.
This was a time where the rest of the country was very conservative. And then here comes this team. And then there's this guy who's rapping about all this with this risque music. I mean, it was all edgy, from the way the city was to how the music was to the way we played.
In Miami, what happened was you had a team that the face was so black, and I'm not saying this in a negative way. It was just so many brothers on that team, man. When national TV hit and made it really popular, it had to even scare some folks in white America. I mean, these guys had attitude.
We were the first to do this stuff. So usually when you're the first to do something, you're not embraced.
Once we got outside the walls of Dade County and past West Palm Beach, there was no love for the home team.
At University of Miami, it was always us against the world. It was always us against the country.
You need the Raiders. You need the Yankees. You need the Cowboys. And at that time in college football, we were needed to be the bad guys.
They wanted the show. We're going to put on a show for you. That's one thing we're going to do for you.
People called us brash, cocky, arrogant. It didn't matter to us. It's about winning football games. And that's all that matters. You took a bunch of young kids from South Florida, and we won.